Welcome to the desert. It's the second half of the 2025 IFL season that starts tonight, and a huge rematch in the Western Conference as the 7-1 Rattlers of Arizona take on the 4-4 Vegas Nighthawks. The second time in 3 weeks these two Western Conference rivals match up. Hi everybody, welcome inside Lee's Family Forum alongside Justin Russo. I'm Ben Wilson. Mariah Janos joins us shortly. The last two times the Nighthawks and Rattlers have met, it's come down to the final possession. Game's been decided in the last seconds, Justin. Arizona's won both of those previous meetings. What do you expect in the rematch?
I expect a fiery Vegas Nighthawks team looking to get back at them a little bit. And, for this Nighthawks squad, last year it was all about leading the way a little bit in the Western Conference and getting one of those top playoff spots. Now not so much. Now they're kind of fighting for their playoff lives. They feel maybe they should be higher in the standings, but they're not. Now it's up to them to take care of business tonight. Nighthawks
were the preseason favorite, but as we take a look at the Western Conference standings, tied with San Diego for the third and fourth final playoff spots, just a half game ahead of Tucson, while Arizona right now has a 3-game lead on Vegas. You mentioned, Justin, the Nighthawks feel like they could be a little bit higher up the standings. They certainly feel like they should be 6-2, and that's because each of the last 2 weeks have been absolute heartbreakers, starting with the game in Glendale when the Nighthawks led by 12 in the final minute.
It's been a tough couple of weeks for the Vegas Nighthawks, feeling they should be better in the standings than they are. You see the final play there. Arizona Rattlers coming back on their home turf, getting the victory with under 10 seconds to go. Then you flash forward to the week after. Just last week, the San Diego Strike Force, on their very last play, barely get it over the goal line, and they get a last-second touchdown to win. The Nighthawks, well, they have to feel good that they've built some second-half leads, but they haven't been able to hold on to them. And now they're trying to find a way to get back toward the top, and they're doing it against one of the top teams here tonight.
There was a controversial onside kick recovery for Arizona in that game 2 weeks ago. The game-winning touchdown you just saw from San Diego, very controversial as well. No definitive angle, though, to see whether or not the Strike Force crossed the goal line. In the meantime, it's the start of the second half. Defense has been a big calling card for the Nighthawks all season, and leading tackler Darius Williams standing by with our Mariah Janos a few minutes ago down on the field.
All right, Darius, this is a team that you guys faced just a couple weeks ago. What were you seeing from your offense then that you're keeping an eye on defensively tonight?
First and foremost, they're a great offense. We want to stop that run. On third and fourth down, we want to get off the field.
And this defensive unit, you are a veteran at this point. You really have led them. What have you guys been focusing on all week? I know you just talked about getting off the field on third and fourth down, but what have those conversations been like with your teammates?
Key tonight, be mentally focused. Every rep, don't let up. We can do it physically, mentally. We got to be mentally tough every rep. Don't let up a rep.
And for you personally, what do you want to accomplish here this evening?
We're going to get a win. That's what I'm trying to accomplish now. So that's what we're going to accomplish tonight.
All right, Darius, thank you so much. So we just heard from the leader of the defense, guys, but let's talk about who's leading the offense here tonight.
Thanks so much, Mariah. That's a great way to talk about Jaden DeLaura. Makes his third career start. Justin, the rookie, pressed into service. He's been banged up at times this year, but has been really good when he's gotten his opportunity.
And this has been the story of the season for the Vegas Nighthawks, this back and forth between Jerome Johnson and Jaden DeLaura. We've seen the highs from Jerome Johnson, but some of the lows have crept in that we didn't see in his IFL MVP campaign last year. Turning the ball over a little more, that's been trouble for the offense. Jaden DeLaura has not turned the ball over at the same clip. You saw that word efficiency come up in the graphic there. That is the key word for Jaden DeLaura, and that is a big reason why he's getting the start tonight.
DeLaura entered for Johnson last week. Jerome Johnson getting injured mid-game against the San Diego Strike Force. Now DeLaura makes his third start of the year. It's a tough task because Arizona has by far and away been the best franchise in the IFL under head coach Kevin Guy. Probably the craziest stat of all this, Justin, last year Arizona finished third in the conference. That was the first time in 15 years they didn't finish first or second, and it didn't matter. They went on and won the IFL title anyway.
It's an incredible run for this Arizona team, and we talked about that in last year's playoff game, the fact that, okay, this team might be a little bit down, but they showed you the standard that they have, and they showed you they were able to come into this building and get that win. And here, another heartbreaking loss for the Vegas Nighthawks. This is the playoffs, of course, last season, the first home playoff game in team history for Vegas, and it's Dalton Sneed, the former Nighthawk, coming in and getting the win at the last second. So this is the Rattlers team that has really set the standard for the IFL over the past few years, and it's up to the Nighthawks to get over that hump.
That play at the buzzer last year's Arizona thwarted the Nighthawks' push for a first ever championship. Can't wait for the rematch tonight. It's Kids Day here in Henderson. A whole lot of red in the building, and we're ready to rock. tonight with the Arizona Rattlers and the Vegas Nighthawks. Last year's playoff matchup, it was a de facto championship game. Well, tonight, with some of the flag football guys in the building earlier today, they're setting the stage for what should be an awesome game tonight. It's the Rattlers, who are 7-1. They're in the driver's seat in the Western Conference, but still 8 games left in the regular season. Nighthawks at 4-4. Look for revenge. We'll get you set with our opening kickoff right after this, here from Lee's Family Forum in Henderson.
Fans joining us tonight as our salute to service presented by True Bet Solutions. Please welcome 16-year Royal Air Force engineer and Space Warfare Center Trials Liaison Officer at Nellis Air Force Base, Sergeant Joe Lightfoot. Fans, at this time, I ask that you please rise and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem. Here to perform a Star-Spangled Banner is Beth Baden.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streamed. And rockets apples bursting can prove through that our flag was still. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner.
Just about set for the Rattlers and the Nighthawks back inside Lee's Family Forum. Beautiful Saturday as the calendar about to flip to June, and we flip to the second half of this IFL season in the 9th all-time meeting between the Rattlers and the Nighthawks. 5 of the last 6 games, Justin, decided by a single possession. It was ownage back in 2022 when the Nighthawks were a young first-year franchise. The Rattlers embarrassed Vegas twice, but ever since then, these games have been nip and tuck.
And I think that's fun for the Nighthawks as a measuring stick, right? Seeing the growth that they've had over the years against this Rattlers team. But again, now it's time to take that step. A loss, of course, in the postseason last year, a loss a couple of weeks back. They want to get right on their home turf tonight. They want to see if they can finally get over the hump and consistently defeat this Rattlers team.
Getting set for the coin toss down at midfield, and always a huge storyline when the Rattlers and Nighthawks meet. It's the former Nighthawk quarterback Dalton Sneed. You see him at midfield, one of the captains for the Rattlers. He started the first game in Vegas history all the way back in 2022 was released by the Nighthawks, was benched in the middle of that first game. He has since gone on to win each of the last 2 IFL championships.
And for Dalton Sneed, another guy that is so dynamic. We talk so much about Jerome Johnson, but for Dalton Sneed, can run, can pass, can do it all.
Think about the memories in this building as well for Dalton. IFL championship game MVP with Bay Area 2 years ago. The last second touchdown to defeat Vegas at the buzzer to begin last year's playoffs. Wins another title here in blowout fashion for the Rattlers. And he's back in a place where he has a lot of history besides the Nighthawk franchise. 10 years ago, Justin, he started his career as the UNLV Rebels quarterback. Started a half a season in 2016 after a backup in 2015. So a guy who has a lot of experience playing here in Vegas.
Someone who loves playing within the city limits here in Las Vegas, and whether it's for the home team or for the road team or a championship, no matter what it is, he finds a way to have success in any building in the city of Las Vegas or in Henderson. So impressive for Dalton Sneed, and see if the Nighthawks can shut him down.
Coin toss complete. Let's take a look at our Findlay Toyota keys to the game. We'll do anything to sell you a car. Ball protection, always important when you're talking a rookie quarterback, but Justin, Jaden Delore has been very impressive in that remark so far.
And that is a big reason, like we mentioned, why he's starting this game. 0 turnovers in 5 appearances, and while you might have those highs with Jerome Johnson, you might have some of those flashy plays, it's come down a little bit on the other end with the interceptions and the fumbles. So trying to find a way to get some consistency in the offense, they go to Jaden Delore and see if they can finish in the red zone at a higher clip than the Rattlers can. It was 3 for 5 Arizona in the red zone the last time these two teams met, and you talked about some of the numbers, Ben. I mean, outside of that, the Rattlers so impressive in the red zone. 3 for 5 might sound pretty good, but for the Nighthawks, a really good job of shutting them down.
Arizona 35 of 36 in the red zone. Outside of that, by far the best IFL offense in that category. So yes, holding them to 3 for 5 was a huge win for Vegas. Arizona's also been a bit sloppy at times on offense. They've had 11 turnovers in 8 games. Very unlike what you'd expect for a head coach Kevin Guy-led team. 3 fumbles the last 2 games for the Rattlers as well. Great to see so many kids out here today getting in the mix with our coin toss before the game, interacting with the players. We had the flag football earlier today. A good atmosphere inside Lee's Family Forum, getting those special Nighthawk giveaway jerseys. And we're ready to rock as Arizona set to get the ball first. Nighthawks winning the toss and deferring to the second half. Ben Derby has it on the tee. Low squibber, and we are underway. The do-it-all return man, Jamal Miles. He's the up man as he picks it up, squibs his way across the 15. And Arizona starts at their own 17 with the Scottsdale native, Dalton Sneed. Long, winding road to get here, but in his second season now as the Rattlers starting quarterback, coming off a championship and off to a 7-1 start. The best quarterback statistically so far, Justin, in 2025. We
mentioned the standard for this Arizona team, and this team is the one you have to get past, and it's led by Dalton Sneed up front at that quarterback position. Really one of those guys you'd probably describe as a gamer, right? He just does anything he can to win these football games. We saw the touchdown last year in the postseason here. Can get it done in any way possible, and he has been wildly successful this season again.
Go to a pass right away. Sneed with time, tipped and bobbled, eventually dropped by Isaiah Houston. And one thing that has keyed a great defensive season for the Nighthawks has been those deflections at the line. They get another one on the first play of the game.
And it's Kel Calhoun, I believe, in the middle who gets a piece of this, and looks like maybe one of the defensive linemen actually before it even got to Calhoun. And for the Nighthawks, you just want to make sure, as Maurice Jackson got a hand on that one, you want to make sure nothing's easy for Dalton Sneed, right? Get those hands up, get tight in coverage, and make sure they can't go pitch and catch.
Sneed hands off. Ronnie Brown Jr., big hole as he's popped up to midfield by Mikel Calhoun. As we take a look at the Nighthawk defense, Calhoun had lost his position as the starting linebacker, but he got it back last week and had a great return to the lineup. 9 tackles, 1.5 TFLs. Maurice Jackson, another player to watch out for. He came off short-term IR, had 4 tackles.
Are you stopping it? Can you finish? Maybe did they allow that? How close are you to having the hook stuff? Well, basically. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could probably print them, but I don't know officially. I mean, yes, I would say yes. But I don't know what your teacher will say. I mean, use your judgment. I'd say if you think so, then yes. So I dropped your medicine there.
Oh, what? That hurt? Yes. No, that's not. I felt like you could see the sun. You could see it there from now. No, yeah. This can't be all in one night. Did you never do your homework? Wow. What? I'm gonna take this because I got it completed. Was it good? Amazing. Okay, I'm gonna put it on the space. What? In a minute. Yeah, yeah, she like she's like I'll just play like an hour video game. What you do your homework. And it's long about hair and so you go to that. That looks a little. Pocket or maybe just cut it so it's not long. Good. Yeah. I've been doing homework all day. I don't have that much homework.
Are you sure? I've been doing homework all day. Since 3:15. Something like 9 a.m.
let's take a pause. Okay. You probably got a good 30 minutes. So take a 10-minute break. Go get some ice cream, go eat with dad. And then from 9 to 9:30, finish up what you can. And then show us more. Be right. That's all you can do. Are you okay with filling the chest? The other thing is, you have a photo. I mean, I feel like take the notes you have, take a 10-minute break, and then come back and read your own thing. Thanks so much. Taking care of your skin is like brushing your teeth and like deodorant, okay? So like, I feel like it's part of hygiene. So it's kind of like you were like, I'm like brush your teeth, and you're like, no, dirty. Kind of like taking care of your skin and your teeth, deodorant, and your clothes, washing your bottom, like it's all part of like being human.
Thinking that would be fun. It's a magic thing in my head. Sean, that's cool. Who are you? The name's Safety. The name's Safety, yeah.
Yeah.
Snake race and rocky body. I feel like hard. There, bro. Stinky ugly.
Kira, can I bring your songs in?
No.
Okay.
Wrong.
You're ready? You don't focus either. Really now. That doesn't mean stay on your device for another hour though, right?
going faster now. But I'll probably do it half the time, but still, it's gonna be like 5 hours.
I don't understand how you miss one day of school.
What?
I don't understand how you missed one day of school and you're that far behind. Oh.
And everyone did this before. It's just they failed the test on it. Because they didn't get happy notes, so I'm getting good notes. For the test.
Yeah, and then that's what you can also read it. So you can have
Yeah, I already did. Yes, that's pretty good. I think it's behind.